The amount of games I play, which is wandering around a desolate world trying to scavenge and survive, is astounding. But I definitely wouldn't want to live there. However, through the eyes of these two girls, it doesn't seem all too bad. Apart from the lack of food and questionable company sometimes. But it is a world that I want to see more of, and hopefully you do as well. So, let's sit down, try and find some more rations, and see the next episode. As they trundle along down another facility, another pathway of pipes and metal. Kurai. She never changes, does she? Still never happy unless she's under full sunlight. Yeah, the fans are going. It's not another abandoned facility. Something must be running unless it's all run by wind power or something. But now having this as a backdrop to their entire journey, the rumbling and tinny clank. Are we now getting into the etymology of words and... Yes. Don't take things so literally. She's a font of knowledge in this world, isn't she? What a doorway. Why did it need to be so tall? Ah, I see. It's not a doorway. They are blocks of something. For it to be separated in this facility. It keeps cutting back to that water. So are they going to fall through into a giant tank? Or find a... Wow. The montage. A lot of water. Life-giving water. They wouldn't survive long without it, after all. Clang. Why is she... Hopefully they're not in the path of whatever is being created. This facility still being alive and having a weird, like, 80-80 walking through. Right, so that's how this facility is kept afloat. Is it manned or autonomous? If it bleeds, we can kill it. They are just tools, means to an end. How long is that thought process going to last? Konnichiwa. Well, there's a few that I can think of that would do that. Mostly in the gift market, but still. What about that fish? Well, I guess it wasn't living. Did they just stumble upon an aquarium? Yeah, definitely want a photo of that. Sorry, we ate your uncle. Konnichiwa. Wouldn't have expected anything else for the title of this. I think they were just asking about lunch. Is it the last of its species? Can we eat the machine? Automated. Does it have to abide by the laws of robotics? Let's call it Asimov. And they do have the authorization to make them leave forcibly. Ah. So you can't stop us even if you wanted, haha. And so many other caretakers there who have stopped functioning. I do like how compact they all are as well. One wondering about how humanity managed to create such beings. Others, just the temporary pang of hunger. The fish gets to live another day. Nice. It's quite clean water, so I'm guessing there's not much in it. 102 tanks in the facility, and 101 of them? 12! Ah, only one is in use. But after the event, then he will cease all meaning. So I'm guessing that because of the slow degradation of the various automated apparati, they weren't able to keep a good care on the remaining fish, and they slowly dwindled. Did anyone actually teach her to swim? Well, all's well that ends well. Is it, what, high salinity? Is that why she's floating? Without much need to do much? You were in there for all of 10 seconds. After all of that exercise. Is it going to end this section with that fish dying of natural causes? And don't want to let it go to waste. Maybe, ask the bot here. Did they lose a fish recently? Ish. A few months back. I see. Now we're getting into human intervention, destruction of the planet. Ah, okay. They have a duty of care to what remains. Other machines have given up, it seems. A good question. That's one way of putting it. Adaptability. Her level of care in this world, being able to just enjoy pretty much anything. And it has a camera for a face. Cold? What's the ambient temperature of these tanks? Well, yeah, that's the point. Blub, blub, blub. I mean, she is kicking, look! Is there anything that can scoop her out of the tank should she fail to float? Ah. Well, at least that noise has stopped. It's like that dream. Is a giant whale going to appear again? There. As long as she's not the next one to be eaten. How peaceful it is in this tank. Yeah, maybe going swimming wasn't the best idea here. That's what she's thinking. In this time and place. Okay, I wondered how it was able to maintain care of the fish. Those kind of little appendages. It is adapted. What, jump out of the water to food or feed the fish itself? How much fish food do they have left in this facility? And can she take some back with her? Maybe if you stop eating it. Yeah. Fish are friends, not food. There goes the last 4 pellets. Ah, so we keep them warm. I guess, yeah, this fish farm wouldn't have sleeping arrangements. To communicate and invoke empathy. Humans are great at empathizing with pretty much everything, even if they're non-humanoid. And not alive. Clang. The guard approaches. Has it gone rogue? That's not doing a great job at protecting the facility if it's just crunching through everything. Don't be too loud, though. You don't want to draw its attention. Dismantling. It's... And it has chosen this tank to do so. As long as it doesn't think about dismantling the fish helper. This room is still in use. You can remove other parts. Did it apologize? Okay. Did he at least agree to postpone it a little? Yep. And so... You know, if they're able to reprogram that giant bot to their own benefit, could help them on the journey. Can they fix this adaptation, this force of evolution within the machines? How close is she going to be to this fish as well? I mean, do they have a bucket? Yeah, I mean, she's actually able to go into the water and do something outside of programmed tasks. There you go, invoking empathy again. Oh, so that's what they're doing. Not taking the fish to a different area where it can survive. No, we're going on a sapping mission, demolition. And if they can get onto it and plant the explosives, how's she getting off? That's what it means to be human, I guess. Doing things that don't necessarily make sense. And who says what's right and who or what gets to live? The fish or the machine? Oh, good thing that it's directly beneath this. So that's what. She actually put a safety rope beneath this walkway. Got a... is it a wired connection? She's actually got the detonator. Is it understanding its own mortality here? So, okay, you know what? You are right. I'll back off. Take this one off the list. Yeah, don't press that before she's clear. Hopefully their idea of saving the facility and the fish don't make it worse. The noise of it going down, wow. But we have postponed that day. There is life still in this small world. I mean, if you extend the definition to that kind of length, then yeah, you can claim pretty much anything is alive. It might take some time. And now he is also alone. There was only him and that guard that was still roaming around. Keep her away from the fish, remember? Even if they are friends now. And if that is the last fish that's alive, is there anything in this place more than just the fish food? Do they have any... Well, hopefully it doesn't need any medical care. Having that final screen, the voice of the large robot being still alive. Also, I like the just cut to black credits. It's not over. Life finds a way. Even with the world destroyed to this degree, the city demolished and falling apart. Human intervention is what made the fish farm in the first place, and human intervention is what saved it for one more day. I usually like things like this with grand landscapes and the like, and God's last tour has been almost always inside just facilities and pipe rooms and the like. Still alive. Oh, we got GLaDOS coming back. Yeah, it looks like he's fixed the leak. And just a bit more. A full broken pipe. What are the limits of his capabilities? If they come back in a year or so, they're going to see the tank filled with more fish. There'll be a lot of inbreeding, I guess, but still. Was that one female and bearing eggs? Although it wouldn't exactly help if there was no fertilizer. Well, you know, anyway. The last fish of its species, possibly, and these two on their journey through the world where they are one of the last people still remaining. That's not completely lost on me. But deciding what's alive, what needs saving, the fact that they had spent time with the one that could communicate and the fish, therefore they joined that side immediately rather than the facility and what needs to be taken down. It was on the list for dismantling. We didn't even learn the reason behind it. Maybe there was a dangerous leak that would spill into the area itself. I do like the fact that despite everything and her incessant need to feed, she's learning that some things are worth saving. Her own wants can be put aside for another day, another time. Lunch can be put on halt. A valuable lesson, I think. But another record to be taken, putting the photo of the fish down for prosperity. What the world isn't completely empty, there is still something out there. For how much longer, who knows? But this show is filled of last of its kinds. The last pilot, the last potato, the last fish. Really weighing on heavily on your mind of how finite things are. Especially when I've been seeing videos recently and watching them, maybe because I'm an old man, but documentaries. Like The Last of a Species, the passenger pigeon was one that I saw not too long back. The fact that we can hold reverence in a funeral for a species shows that we as an entity, humans can hold empathy for stuff, and I think it needs to be used a bit more. It is severely lacking in some cases. No need to split off into tribalistic thinking when there's so much we need to do. But then again, everyone that doesn't agree with me needs to be removed. For the good of the planet and our future. But hey, now that they've taken out that giant walking guard robot and there are plenty more tanks around, at least they know where there is a vast collection of, I hope, clean water. They can come back and collect some every now and again. It looked pretty well maintained. It does a good job at regularly cleaning it out. It doesn't stay stagnant. If it was quite a few years since the facility's all shut down. Still, another foray into existential questions, what it means to be alive. Does anything that exists, as long as it has a finite time, count as being alive? Does it have to be an organic being for us to count it? Or can we go with that abstract of the abstract meaning of life? Oh, it's moving, therefore the machine is alive. You know, language is a funny thing, being so fluid, and we can change definitions so easily in cultural perception. And yet language is so hard, because how do you pin down definitive meanings when words themselves can change and evolve? For a show of there's nothing left in the world, we're seeing sights of what remnants can be collected. It being such a slow and mostly, well, for the most part, chill journey through it all, I think suits it really quite well. If it was constant tension all the time, it would also be very good, but it would be a completely different show. And I enjoy this one. Hopefully you agree with me on that. Seeing these two potato faces try to enjoy their times and learn to swim, hopefully, one day, really adds to that level of there's still joy to be had in this world, run down as it is. Everything has its time, but it's not quite ready to give up yet. Neither am I, because I want to see more. Hopefully you do as well. If I entertained you, if you enjoyed it at all, let me know. And if you want to see more, consider subscribing to the channel. But right now, leave a comment, leave a like, maybe even join to my Discord. But definitely get some rest, take care of yourselves, learn how to swim before jumping headfirst, and I'll see you in the next one. I am kinda hungry now though. I need to extend my heartfelt thanks out to the fish that keep my channel fed, who are Sal, Guado, Kite, Ruben Fidamawa, Wolfie Sensei, and everyone else. And if you would also like to live in the swirling tank that supports my channel, consider joining onto my Patreon as well, because although I don't have any fish pellets or anything to give away, there's plenty of anime we can watch together.